Series 5, Toxic Relationships, Episode 1. You love someone who is destroying you. Has it ever happened to you? Loving someone with everything you have and knowing at the same time that they are destroying you? Waiting for them to come home with your heart tight, not from longing, but from fear. Apologizing for things you didn't do. Waking up in the morning no longer knowing who you are. If yes, you are not weak. You are caught in a toxic relationship. And there is an enormous difference between loving someone and losing yourself. Watch to the end. You'll understand what is really happening to you. Sarah is 38 years old. She has been with Daniel for 6 years. Handsome, intelligent, charming at parties. But at home, a different man. One late evening, Daniel came home drunk for the 4th time that week. Sarah told him she was worried. Daniel told her she was overreacting, making mountains out of molehills, that if she were a better partner, he wouldn't drink. Sarah went quiet, and somewhere in that silence, she believed him. Not because she was foolish, not because she couldn't see, but because she loved him. And because she loved him, she wanted to believe she was the problem, that if she changed, he would change too. This is the first trap of a toxic relationship. Not the violence, not the shouting, but the moment you begin to believe that you are responsible for your own suffering. What a toxic relationship really is. There is a fundamental misconception about toxic relationships. Many people believe a toxic relationship necessarily means physical violence, bruises, visible injuries. The clinical reality is far more complex and far more insidious. A toxic relationship is any relationship in which one or both partners consistently feel diminished, controlled, manipulated, humiliated, or exhausted by the other's presence. Not an incident, not an argument, a pattern, and that pattern has many faces. The partner who drinks and holds you responsible for their drinking. The partner who gambles and hides the debts until there is nothing left to hide. The partner who is unfaithful and convinces you that you push them to it. The partner who never raises their voice, but with a single look or word, makes you feel like the smallest person in the room. All of these are toxic. All of these hurt. And all of these deserve to be named. The tragic story, alcoholism. Christine is 42 years old, an accountant, a mother of 2 children, aged 9 and 11. Her husband Victor has been drinking for 12 years. Not every day, not visibly to everyone. Fridays and Saturdays with friends, and sometimes Tuesdays, and sometimes Thursday evenings after the children are asleep. Christine covered for him, lied at work when Victor couldn't come in, told the children that Daddy was tired, paid the debts without telling anyone, cancelled holidays, turned down invitations. If I protect him, maybe he'll stop, she told herself for years. He didn't stop. In therapy, after Victor drove drunk with the children in the car and hit a lamppost, Christine said something her therapist didn't forget. I realize I spent 12 years trying to solve a problem that wasn't mine. And in all that time, I completely forgot that I exist too. A partner's alcoholism doesn't only destroy the alcoholic, it destroys everything around them. Gradually, quietly, relentlessly. The story of the bankrupt gambling. Rachel is 35 years old, an engineer. She found out about her husband Mark's gambling addiction when the bank called to say the mortgage hadn't been paid for 3 months. Mark had played away everything: the savings, the personal loan, the holiday money, the children's school fees, and said nothing. He had smiled, come home, eaten at the table with them, watched films, slept beside her, and every morning, gone back to the machines. How did I not see it? Rachel asked, in her first therapy session. Her therapist replied, you saw what you were shown, and you were shown what he chose to show you. Gambling addiction is perhaps the quietest and most devastating addiction in a relationship. It isn't visible, has no smell, leaves no visible marks. It leaves only financial ruin and a question that hurts more than anything. How long did I live beside a person I didn't know? Why you can't leave? This is the question that people on the outside always ask. Why don't you just leave? And it is the wrong question. Not because leaving isn't the answer, but because it assumes that staying is a simple choice. It isn't. Research shows how the cognitive schemas formed in toxic relationships, the deep beliefs about oneself and the world, make leaving almost impossible without help. If I leave, they won't survive without me. If I leave, no one else will want me. If I leave, it means I failed. If I stay and change enough, maybe they will change too. These thoughts are not weakness. They are the consequence of years in which your identity has been systematically eroded. Erich Fromm wrote that true love requires freedom, that where there is no freedom, there is no love, only dependency. And dependency, however painful, is hard to leave. Not because you don't want to, but because you no longer know who you are without it. Sarah started therapy after her 8-year-old daughter asked, Mummy, why do you always cry when Daddy goes to bed? Christine called a support centre for families of alcoholics the night Victor drove drunk with the children. Rachel filed for divorce the day she realised she had nothing left to hide, because there was nothing left to save. Different roads, the same courage. Ancient wisdom tells us hatred cannot be ended with hatred, only with love. But sometimes the most profound love you can show is not toward the one who is destroying you. It is toward yourself. If you recognize yourself in Sarah, Christine, or Rachel, like this video, and help someone else find it, you are not weak for having stayed. And you are not wrong for wanting to leave. You are a person who needs help. And help exists. Subscribe. Every week, we talk about things that genuinely matter. Tell us in the comments. Have you recognized any of these patterns? We're here. See you at episode 2.